To show how much I cared for her, I had Ricky and his mariachi band, Cuando Vas, play at the restaurant for Francie's 25th birthday. They were having trouble because Ricky was trying to break in a new trumpet player after his old trumpet player, Alonzo, died. He kept missing beats and would blow too long sometimes. "Man," Ricky's guitarist said during one of their breaks, "how long has this guy been playing the trumpet?" 5 years or more, old Willie answered him. "What? How much longer does he have to master it, you think, Willie?" 5 to 10 years. "What? How old is he now?" 45, old Willie said with a grin. "Man, by then, that cat will be trading his trumpet for a respirator." A few people sitting around them laughed, but the trumpet player didn't hear them. Ricky walked up to me and said, "Well, Pete, I know it's not the best, but I'm trying to break a new guy in and it's tough right now." "Oh no, it's fine," Francie said, sitting next to me. "The mariachis sound worse in Mexico." "Sí, so I hear, señorita. Happy birthday," Ricky said and then walked over to his bandmates. They started to play again, and this time they sounded a little better, if not like a whole other mariachi band. "Pete, thank you," Francie whispered in my ear. "Happy birthday, Francie." She looked down at her glass of tea and then looked back over at me. I wanted to ask her what was wrong, but decided against it. She smiled and took my hand in her hand. "Pete, I know tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I hate to ruin it for you, but what I have to say is not going to be easy," she said quietly. "What is it? What's wrong?" I asked her finally. "Pete, my mother and I are leaving for Mexico tonight. She's coming back to run the restaurant. I'm not coming back." I looked over at the band as they continued to play regardless of the cruel news I had just been given by the woman I loved. How could Francie do this to us? The question kept ringing through my head like the hum of a fuel-pumping engine. I couldn't find the strength to look her in the face because I was afraid I might break down and cry, and that would have been an unmanly thing to do in front of a woman. Finally, she said, "Pete, I love you. I want you to come with me. You can see what Mexico is like. We can live there for a while and then move back to the States later. Please come with me." She meant every word she said, but it was me who turned weak and said, "I can't." "Why not? What's tying you to this place?" "I have a job. A life I already started here. And jobs come and go in this world. I thought we had a life together. We can always come back and visit my mother, or your relatives, or whatever. Just please, come with me and try it for a little while." "I don't know." She looked down and then looked me in the eyes and said, "I have to go back to Mexico. I miss it. I thought you'd want to go with me." "You want to go back right now? I grew up there. I've been thinking about going back even before I met you. But after we met, I decided to stay in Cananea a little longer because of you, Pete. But I can't deny my feelings anymore. I feel like I'm missing out by not being there where I grew up. I'm 25 today." I took a long gulp of my tea. She broke off a small piece of her pink cake and ate it. The band stopped playing and everyone in the restaurant clapped loudly. I sat there in silence, staring into my half-empty glass of tea, wondering how many glasses I had drank in this restaurant. Francie pinched my arm and said, "What are you thinking about?" "Nothing." "I'll give you my phone number. You can call me any time," she said. "We'll keep in touch some way. I'll come back to visit now and then." She became silent. "Francie, we both know you won't. You'll start living your life there in Mexico again and meet someone and marry and settle down. I hope you do. I really hope you are happy there. And all that I can say is this, but I won't mean it. I hope you come back. Because once you find your happiness there, you should not come back, not for me, but for you, because you are truly happy there, where you grew up and you should be. We should all love the town, the city, the country we were born and grew up in, but to say this would be too easy, because everywhere is different. You said it yourself, Cananea is different. Yes, it is, you're right. It's probably like no other place in the world, but then again, I wouldn't know because I've never been anywhere else. And like you said, I have to stay here in this city, where I was born and grew up in, just like you have to go back to the town where you were born and grew up at. I love you, I will always love you, but I have to stay and live my life here in Cananea. Perhaps we should just get married and move to Italy with the parrot, she said, smiling over a tear in her eye. We laughed and hugged each other one more time. It was the last time I saw her.